Getting started with ribbon embroidery. Cut about 12 to 16 inch length of ribbon. Cut end at a 45-degree angle for easy threading. Thread the ribbon through the needle eye. Now pierce the needle through one end of the ribbon, ½ inch from the edge. Take out the needle all the way through the ribbon hole till you make a loop at the eye of the needle. You can knot the end of the ribbon or leave a long tail when starting at the back of the fabric. French knots. Satin ribbon is the best for the beginners. The first time you make these stitches, you are going to rip a lot of the ribbons apart. Better the inexpensive satin ribbon than silk. Make sure that you buy quality ribbons which is soft and pliable and which do not crease too much. The ribbon stitch. Silk is very thin, which makes it easier to pass through the fabric and sometimes as needed itself. It is also washable, which is a good feature when you are making something that you might wear. If you do decide to work with a synthetic ribbon, test it with your fabric first to see how well it works its way through. Lazy daisy stitch. The most commonly used ribbon width is 4 mm. If you are planning on working a larger piece, you may wish to use wider ribbons as this will enable you to cover areas more quickly. Usually used widths are 2 mm, that is 1 by 16 inches, 4 mm, that is 1 by 8 inches, and 7 mm, that is 1 by 4 inches. Straight stitch. If you are working with synthetic ribbon, you may want to use a fabric with a more open weave. As you are stitching, if you have trouble pulling the needle through, use a larger needle to make the holes before each stitch or switch to a looser fabric. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the bell icon on YouTube app and never miss any update. Split stitch. Pretty much any fabric that you can get a needle and the ribbon through will work for this embroidery. However, most stitchers recommend working with natural fibers. If you are working with a synthetic ribbon, you may want to use a fabric with a more open weave. As you are stitching, if you have trouble pulling the needle through, use a larger needle to make the holes before each stitch or switch to a looser fabric. Stem stitch. The advantage of ribbon embroidery is that you can cover a lot of area with simple stitches in far less time and effort than you would with embroidery floss, but with greater impact and effect. You can cover a large area with a little amount of ribbon using simple stitches you already know. So the work turns out to be inexpensive as well. Back stitch. But the disadvantage is that the ribbon is delicate, so clothes embellished with ribbon embroidery has to be handled with utmost care, but they are stunning on accessories where washing is not an issue. Cross stitch. Chenille needle with a large eye and sharp point is what you need. You need the eye big enough for the ribbon to pass through it without any damage or wrinkles. The chenille needle is a big needle with sharp tips which will easily penetrate thick fabrics. You can use tapestry embroidery needle as well. especially when you are doing ribbon embroidery on loosely woven fabric. It has a blunt end which is great for making weaving stitches. Fly stitch. Fabrics with a looser weave such as muslin, cotton, Aida, linen, flour sack or Osnaburg are good. These fabrics have a lower thread count than what we might consider as appropriate for bed linens or sheets. Feather stitch. When working with ribbon in the needle, it is essential to use the correct size needle. The ribbon needs to pass through the eye of the needle easily. If the eye of the needle is too small, the ribbon will easily become damaged before you have even started to stitch with it. When working with 4mm, 7mm and 13mm ribbons, chenille needles ranging from sizes 20 to 16 work well. Loop stitch. Ribbons are available in just about any colors possible, in synthetic materials as well as silk. Silk ribbons look exquisite but are quite expensive. They are very soft to the touch and can be easily molded. Good quality satin ribbon can also be worked into exquisite, intricate works of art. Buttonhole stitch. Buttonhole stitch or blanket stitch, as many people call it, is actually the foundation stitch for many varieties of buttonhole. The stitch is often used along the edge of projects, often blankets, hence the name. Never underestimate a stitch like buttonhole, as it is a marvelously versatile stitch. Herringbone stitch. It's a nice decorative stitch to add to borders and can even be combined with a second row of herringbone stitches to make a double herringbone. With a second color of thread, this can produce some very pretty results. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Press the bell icon on YouTube app and never miss any update. Woven wheel. Folded stitch. Thanks for watching our videos.